A while back, there was a discussion among the Zenless fanbase regarding the defense class and its purpose it serves in the game. And now, I might be a little bit late to the discussion, but I want to share my 2 cents regarding this issue. Hey, I'm Alter, I've been playing since 1.3, and here's why the defense class just doesn't work. So for those who are unaware, Zenless has 6, nearly 7, yes, haha, very funny, laugh it up guys, has 6 classes. Attack, Anomaly, Stun, Support, Rupture, and the soon-to-be-added Armorer class. And then, also, the talking point of this video, the Defense class. Every single one of these classes fall into their own distinct roles. You have your damage dealers, like your Attack, Anomaly, Rupture, etc. These are all the main focal point of your team, they're the ones doing the damage after all. Then you have your stunners, who build up your stun window and allow for chain attacks to occur more often, which leads to even more damage. And then you have your supports, which provides buffs to your team which allow them to complete their jobs more effectively. However, defense agents play the role of a tank, soaking up damage to prevent your team from losing agents, which sounds great on paper, but it just completely falls flat in practice. Defense agents suffer from 3 distinct issues. Those being availability, power creep, and the endgame. The Rupture class was added to Zenless on June 6th of 2025, with Yixuan being the first S rank of that class. Since then, we have had a total of 4 Rupture agents added to the game that are S rank, including Yixuan. The Defense class has been in the game since launch. However, we did not get a single S-rank defense agent until 1.2 when Caesar was added to the game. Since 1.2, 1 new S-rank agent has been added to the game. It's obvious that these units don't sell. Otherwise, we would have more of them, right? And there's a simple reason as to why that's the case. As enemies and bosses get stronger and stronger and gain more and more mechanics, the little value that defense agents provide get far outclassed by proper stunners and supports. Answer me this. When was the last time Caesar was on a meta-relevant team? It was 1.5. The only reason people even consider using Zhao is for her Ether Veil, and the only teams I've seen her used on is with Ye Shengwang, who is an Ether Veil merchant! And let's be so honest, only one of the A ranks in this game was even considered top tier at any point, and it was Pan at the very start of 2.0. None of them are even remotely good outside of Zhao currently. How can any of them even hope of clearing? Zenless endgame can be broken down into 2 factors: Shiyu defense and deadly assault. And you'd think that one of these would be suitable for defense agents, right? But they both fall under the same branch of do this task in X amount of time, which the defense class is just not built around. They're tanks which soak up damage, which these game modes just do not have the time for. They're training wheels for new players, which is fine when it comes to the A ranks, but when S ranks drop, players are expected to spend their hard-earned pulls on them, or even worse, their money, so when they fall off, it's all the more insufferable. Now, I hear you say, well, Alter, how would you fix the defense class? And I'm glad you asked. So here's my solution. There are 2 main solutions to this, right? We can scrap the class entirely, or we can rework the entire class. Scrapping the class is easy enough. You just change the characters to a different class and remove defense entirely. If you're wondering what I'd change about each defense agent, it'd probably be as follows. Ben, make him a stunner. I know he's going to overlap with Coleta, so we just make her a support, and now you can run them together. Seth. Seth was probably the hardest one to come up with, because I've used him never. But, fuck it, make him an anomaly agent, so you can run him with his girlfriend. Pan. Easy. Make him a support. There's 0 overlap with anyone in his faction, and he's basically already a free-to-play Rupture support. Zhao, also a support. She already provides Ether Veil, and is pretty much only used as a support anyway. And then there was Caesar. Now, you could do what I did with Ben and just make Lighter an attack agent instead, but I don't want to remove the man from his LGBT teams. So I say we make Caesar an attack agent and just give her stats a tweak so she can fit that role better. Now, when it comes to the engines and the drive discs, these can all also be tweaked. I don't have anything concrete in mind, but you kind of get my idea, or what I'm going for. But I'll be honest, I think removing the class is boring, and I can already hear you ask another question. Okay, Alter, how would you rework the defense class? And to that, we can look to one of the greatest video games ever made, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade 2 has two types of tanks, your standard damage sponge and dodge tanks. My new proposed defense class, we will merge these two concepts and have the agents sort of snowball, depending on their damage tanked, their damage blocked, their damage dodged, etc., etc. Now, as for how these agents are going to snowball, you could do it in multiple ways, like offenses or supports or stuns, but it gives people an incentive to have these agents on the field, and it gives them a reason to be playing well other than just to clear the game modes quickly. All in all, the defense class is lackluster at best and redundant at worst. I'll see you in the next one. Wipe your ass and have a good day.